What is up, guys? It's Kuribroh coming at you with another KOZMO deck profile here with the Tier 0 heroes. This is my updated version of the deck. I took this to regionals. Can't complain, I did pretty well. Um, Lost my first match and then won my 3 matches after that. Had to leave because it was late and I was tired. Anyways, well, this deck is went from 0 to 100 really fast from the last deck profile. Although I can tell many of you didn't like it due to the dislikes. Hopefully, it's a little bit more to your taste, and obviously, uh, I I tweaked it just to get that OTK in there. So yeah, let's get started. All right, standard, triple Dark Destroyer, standard, triple Tin Can, triple Slip Rider, triple Slip just to get rid of floodgates. Um, Even if they Imperial Iron Wall you, you can always just tribute summon him. It's not that big of a deal. Double Forerunner, you always want to get your life points back. And then I run him at 2 just because you always want to have beat sticks at some point, or just a card to be able to float on. Double Wicked Witch, I brought it back up to 2 because in the mirror match, you have to be able to have more than one just in case you already used one. Not only that, but just so that, just in case you need to go into your extra deck, you're able to make a rank 4. And then double Dark Lady because she's too broken. It's Dark Lady. Uh, Double Farm Girl. I still keep her at 2, not at 3, because you have to make space for Dark Lady. You have to make space for Tin Can, which are probably your biggest pilots now. I still run Double Honest. I brought it back up to 2 because honestly, Honest was just really good against beat sticks. Farm Girl Honest, whatever, you get that search. Double Maxi because you want to be able to draw as much as you can. It's good against BAs, PK Fire, even the mirror match. It's pretty much a really good card against everything, of course, unless you're playing against Monarchs, which is bricks really hard, but you can always side it out. One Strawman because you don't want to see him early game. You want to see him mid game or late game when you're about to lose. Pay 100, summon that Dark Destroyer. One Dark Planet because he can brick really hard. It's also just 4K. That's pretty much why I run him. And just in case you're not really feeling it, you always side it out. That's the monsters. For the spells, I run 10 spells. I run triple KOZMO Town. Standard. Double E-Tally, standard. The card I did add though was Twin Twisters, just because this deck loses the back row. Well, every deck loses the back row. So I mean, you really want to get rid of that. Fighting against pendulums, you want to get rid of their scales. You really don't want to get striked or solemn warning because it's just bad, especially if you only start off with a tin can and they strike it. It's the worst feeling ever. One alert just to thin out your deck, just pitch this or a Dark Destroyer. One reasoning, I still run it can conflict with Max C in theory, but I've actually never had a problem with this. And it's actually really good. It can be extremely clutch. I run Offerings to the Doomed, another card that I ran in here. It's actually really good. You can obviously side this out. Many people think like, why would you run this knowing that you're gonna skip your draw phase? Well, in reality, this card isn't for your opponent; it's for you. Because if you want to go in for that OTK and you just need that push, just activate this from hand, pop a destroyer or whatever ship you have on field, and then fall on the farm girl, and then just do all your shenanigans. And the last one is Raigeki, just because you want to clear boards, go into the OTK. Lastly, we have your traps. I don't have a trap heavy version of this deck. In fact, that's why I run the Twin Twisters. I'm trying to run the least amount of traps possible. I run triple call just because it's call. You need it. Triple mojo. 2 is good. I haven't actually tried out 3. I think 3 It's still good, you know, it's always up to your taste. And then one solemn. And that's it for the traps. It's 40 cards. And then into the extra deck, obviously you have your Infinity. You have your Nova. Just kind of filler cards. Pleiades. Biz Dweller, just because you can actually make it. I have Dante, not because I can make it, but because of a side deck card. Castell, because you can actually make it now. And then Chimera Tech, just for the mirror match. You might also want to run Fusion, just in case they torrential your Nova, or deactivate any sort of card effect that destroys it. You always want to be able to have an out to that. So yeah, if this is destroyed, I'll run a Fusion. I just couldn't get my hand on one. I couldn't get my hands on one. So yeah, that's why I don't have one. But definitely run a Fusion, Cyber Twin Dragon. It's pretty good. So yeah, it's the extra deck. And then I'm actually going to show you my side this time. I know I'm always like, no, well, not the side. But yes, this time I'm going to show you my side. Just because, you know, this is what I took to the tournament. I ran the Dante because I run double Cherry Ghost Reaper, girl. This is just extremely broken against BAs, you know, it's just rip, you know what I'm saying? I also had, I actually gave it back. I borrowed 2 extra deck cards, but I borrowed Spirit, the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, and I borrowed the Azure Eyes Dragon because Blue Eyes are actually a pretty tough matchup against KOZMOs. So yeah, I borrowed that just in case I found any Blue Eyes. I didn't get any, so kind of lucked out on that. I did get to use her though, because I did match up against BAs on my last matchup. Yeah. Double Cyber Dragon just because, you know, Chimera Tech. The one BLS, I cited him out now because I don't really have space for him in the main deck. You can always cite him. You can always cite him in because he's just really, really good. Like, just banish a card or something. For example, there was a guy who brought out Utopia, the one that has no rank. I'm not sure his name. But he can only be destroyed by card effects, cannot be destroyed by battle. So, you know, just Mojo or, you know, just even summon this, banish that's no longer a problem. Effect Veiler for Idea. This actually won me a game against Monarchs, which was my second matchup. Because he summoned Idea and I Veilered it and he had no outs. Next game, I just OTK'd him. 2 Kaiser against BAs and against Monarchs and pretty much against any type of deck spams. I only have 1 Chaos Trap Hole, so I only have 1 Chaos Trap Hole in here. Mirror match. Double Masker restricts because Monarchs, you know, Monarchs are actually a really, really tough matchup, and you always want to see this in your hand. I don't have a third one, so I don't sign a third one. 1 Skill Drain just because once you have all your ships out, you can literally just sit on your ships, and then, you know, I doubt your opponent has an out to this. They almost never have an out to this. And then just the 1 Vanities just to round it off. It's pretty good, especially if you're playing against BAs or anything like that, that also special summon a lot. You know, you're able to get just lock them down with that. Well, anyways, guys, that was my deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like down in the section below. Please comment on how I can improve this deck again. I'm always looking for ways to tweak it. You know, always looking for ways to make this deck even stronger. And we'll hope y'all liked it and see you guys in the next time.